But you can't be feeling great about the Ravens after Lamar Jackson's 4 interceptions. So, Geoff, what's your feeling about the Ravens and their future bets right now?
Honestly, I don't know. What to say about the Ravens? This is a team that just, defies logic in terms of their win-loss record. Against any other team, Lamar Jackson throws 4 picks, and they probably lose that game by 20. But because the Browns legitimately have no wide receivers and can't move the ball and can only win games when their defense limits team to 10 points, they win that game anyways. So I actually think Cincinnati is clearly the better team. The problem with the Bengals are they're also a young team, and I don't know if they quite have the confidence here to pull this out down the stretch. Look, I don't know. This one, I do not want to back the Ravens, but at the same time, every week I come on here and tell people, and Pearce says the same thing, we don't like this team, and they just keep winning. So I guess maybe now that I back Baltimore and say, you should probably just get on them, they'll just implode. But it does seem like a season where Lamar Jackson is just going to carry this team into the playoffs, regardless of how bad they are in other phases.
Pearce, you're trying to use reverse psychology, jumping on the Ravens now?
No, the Ravens are still frauds. They're at the top of my fraud list above the Titans. This is not a good team. It does not beat good competition. We saw them get smoked head-to-head by the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are the better team. They might be younger, but they're the better team. They're playing better. They're doing everything correctly. And just think, how do you stop Cincinnati? If you drop the safeties back to stop Jamar Chase, which we've seen teams do recently, well, guess what happens? Joe Mixon runs all over you. So if you bring the safeties up, put them in the box, try to shut down Joe Mixon, then Jamar Chase kills you. The Bengals defense is playing well. I think the biggest giveaway, if you want to compare these teams, you look at the Ravens going into next week. They're only favored by 2.5 points against Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, the Bengals just destroyed Pittsburgh. This is Cincinnati's division.
Kenny, what do we think?
Look, I know, Pearce, actually, you stepped me up pretty well for my point here, and that's that the Ravens, they not only run the football extremely well, 6th in rushing DVOA, but they are top 5 against the run, right? And that has been the calling card of this defense. When you look at the last 2 weeks, the last 2 wins by the Bengals over the Raiders and then a Steelers team that everyone pretty much agrees is bad, that is really where the confidence is built, right, for the Bengals. And we know that they have talent. We know that they have talent on both sides of the ball. But it's not been Joe Burrow gashing these defenses, right? Joe Mixon ran the ball 30 times. Joe Burrow threw for 148 yards against the Raiders. Very similar story yesterday. Joe Burrow only threw the ball 24 times. Mixon had a career game, I think 28 carries. That's not going to happen against the Baltimore Ravens. They shut down
already
probably the. No, it happens sometimes, right? But they are still statistically very good against the run.
Did happen,
they were good. They were good last night against Nick Chubb, one of the best rushing offenses in football. They obviously got blown out by the Bengals, right? But they are a team that's been very inconsistent, and I think that they do have the tools, at least, to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, the 30-point loss looks bad on the resume, but Lamar Jackson is a former MVP. He's clearly shown the ability to win football games when this team is absolutely down in the dumps. They need to figure out their wide receiving options still for the years ahead. But look, I just think that this rushing defense can step up. And honestly, Baker Mayfield, one of the worst quarterbacks in football, but I thought the coverage last night was pretty good downfield. And I thought they got a little hosed on the pass interference penalty. So I actually think that I've seen the last few weeks a little bit of an improvement in the coverage. I think they have the personnel at least to pull it out. But yeah, obviously we saw the Bengals beat them. I think that they can, in round 2 here, come up with the win.
They beat the Bears and the Browns with a broken quarterback.
Yeah, the Bengals?
No, the Ravens. The Ravens. They look good. They're playing nobodies.
Well, the Ravens also have one of the best rushing attacks in football, so.